I still remember the exact moment it happened. The first time I flew business class and stayed at a 5-star resort and realized I'm never going back to my old life. And here's the craziest part. I didn't pay for any of it with my own money. You see, there's a secret game the rich play. They travel first class and stay in luxury resorts without spending a dime of their own hard-earned cash. It's a completely different world, but you have to build your assets first before you get to play. In this video, I'll tell you how I got here. How I went from barely affording a down payment to owning a 7-figure portfolio, traveling the world and staying in 5-star resorts, while my rental properties quietly pay for it all, and why I chose to stay faceless on YouTube while sharing these secrets. Stick around till the end. I'll explain why rich people never talk about this stuff, and why those flashy influencer courses won't teach you either. Let's rewind about 10 years. I stumbled across a random YouTube video one night. It was a Canadian real estate investor. She was proudly showing off her 99 rental properties and selling a $2,500 course about investing with no money down. I remember staring at that price tag, feeling defeated. $500 was half a year's savings for me back then. And honestly, I didn't believe it either. Buying a house with no down payment? It sounded like an online scam. But still, that video planted a seed in my head. If other people can do it, why can't I? From that moment, I became obsessed. Every spare moment after work, I was reading and watching videos, digging through real estate forums and studying every deal I could find. I made mistakes too. Lost a couple $1,000, listening to smooth-talking gurus selling dreams. But instead of quitting, I treated every failure like a lesson.
By my 3rd year, I finally bought my first rental property. I refinanced it, pulled out equity, bought another, then another.
Now, 10 years later, my portfolio is worth over 7 figures. And the best part? I'm still under 40 and I've bought my freedom. But then something weird happened. I had all these properties making me money, but I was still living like a broke college kid. Flying economy, staying at budget hotels, eating at chain restaurants. In my 30s, I believed 5-star resorts and business class tickets were stupid, meaningless, flashy expenses for show-offs. Until one day, a buddy sent me a photo. It was him, stretched out in business class, sipping wine, legs up on a leather recliner. I texted him immediately. "Since when did you start flying like that?" And his reply changed everything. "I didn't pay for it. My properties did." That one sentence hit me like a truck. I started digging again and found an entirely different game the wealthy play, one most people don't even know exists. The truth is, rich people don't use their personal money for luxuries. They let their assets pay for it. For example, using monthly rental cash flow to cover business class flights and luxury hotel stays. Racking up credit card points from home repairs and utility bills, then redeeming those points for free luxury travel. Joining exclusive loyalty programs for landlords and business owners. Unlocking perks salaried employees can't even access. At first, I tested it out. I booked a business class ticket out of pocket. And yeah, it was expensive. $10,000 for one trip. But you know what? I wanted to experience it. And after one flight, I was hooked. Sleeping like a baby at 30,000 feet. Michelin star meals mid-air, private airport pickups, no lines. Suite upgrades at luxury hotels. After that, there was no way I could go back to economy. But it gets crazier. Once you figure out the system, your properties can pay for everything. With a well-managed portfolio, those luxuries barely make a dent. Now when I stay at a resort, my rental income covers it. When I fly business, it's paid by my tenants. And most times I rack up points, rewards, and perks at the same time. Here's what nobody tells you. The wealthy don't talk about this stuff because they don't want competition. And honestly, it makes sense. You'll never see a rich person bragging about passive income covering luxury travel. It's the flashy influencers selling overpriced courses who do that. And that's why I stay faceless. I don't want to turn this into a course business. I'm not here to sell you a $1,500 program or some fake mentorship group. I just want to quietly share the knowledge that changed my life. Because I remember how it felt, sitting in my tiny apartment 10 years ago, watching that video. Feeling hopeless but strangely inspired. If my story plants that same seed for someone else, it's worth it. So here's the truth. Yes, you can travel the world in style, stay in 5-star resorts, fly business class, and live on your own terms. But there's a catch. You need assets first. If you're stuck in a 9-to-5 making active income, you can't play this game. Build your portfolio. Let your assets work for you. And one day you'll wake up, book that flight, check into that suite, and realize you've crossed over to a life you didn't think possible. And trust me, once you taste it, you'll never go back. I was going to drop episode 6 about TFSA and tax hacks next, but honestly, I'm off traveling again. So hit subscribe and keep an eye out. When I'm back, I'll show you how to slash taxes like the wealthy.